Hello guys, Exogenesis here with another Left 4 Dead 2 Analyze This gameplay commentary. And today we're playing Death Toll, and it's only Death Toll 1, and it's both from the survivor and the infected perspective. This game's actually been flipped around on its head because we actually did play survivor first, but we thought that for better ways of showing it, we'd show you the infected play first. Because I start off with a tank, right, basically before they even get towards the bridge. So that gives us a really great position. So much of a great position, in fact, that I don't have to try and run in straight away. They're basically trapped. There's nowhere they can go, and I've got a great defensive barrier, which is that massive blowing up petrol tanker. So I use that to shield myself while I just hammer them down with rocks, mortar style. So yeah, nice and simple. The reason I wait and don't just run in, because I know there's a car over there which I could do some good damage with, is purely because the longer I wait and throw these rocks, while I'm getting dings, I'm doing damage, and at the same time, my teammates get a chance to respawn and go in again and again and again, to the point where they're all running slow. They've all got to heal, or they've already healed and used the medkits, which means that if I fail as a tank, we're in a much greater position to carry on the game. So what happens now is the boomer went in, and that gave me a great opportunity to go in, basically risk-free, because I know that they're getting hammered by common infected. I know that the other survivors are going to be trying to defend them, and I also know that my teammates are basically going to be ready to spawn again and again. So once we get the first two down, it's basically game over for these guys. Charger goes and charges another one, and that just leaves Scaredy Cat, I think it is, or Speedy Cat, just running around, and it's game over. If you see, basically, you don't have to be hitting the tank in what seems like a straight direction. Basically, the cars will go close to where your crosshair is aimed, and that's how you get a really good bend on the actual car shots. Anyway, so now we're going to rewind the gameplay in a kind of sense, because now we're going to show you the first half of that map, which was actually us playing as the survivors. And yeah, we start off. It takes them a few seconds to actually ready up, unfortunately, so not much to say in this few seconds. Apart from, we don't know there's a tank yet. We don't know that we're going to be facing a tank, but we always go into each round that we're survivors first thinking there is a tank at the next corner, because if you think like that, you'll make sure you're prepared for that. And that doesn't mean just heal as soon as you get to 40 HP because you need to be fast in case the tank spawns. No, it's about managing your ammo more conservatively. It's about trying to just clear infected before moving forward, where if you're infected first and you know that there's not a tank, you can basically just run through there, because you know that as long as you can make sure you're killing one or two infected, that they're not going to be able to touch you. So that's the reason why we're actually taking it quite carefully at the start. You just saw Awesome get boomered, and as you can see, we didn't run into a corner. We literally stood there and fought the horde by shooting around him, and that's really the best way to fight a boom horde. You don't want to run into a corner, because as soon as you run into a corner, you're just going to cause problems for yourself, because then your back's against the wall for the special infected. So yeah. So we ran down here, and the tank spawned in a strange position. We was like halfway down the hill, so we had to think very carefully about what we was going to do. And a quick discussion on vent for 2 or 3 seconds basically told us the best thing to do will be to stay under there and fight him, because the car's nearly useless. Well, not nearly useless, but it's not very effective. So when I get boomered, I try and make sure that I'm not a burden on the rest of my teammates. I try to fight that horde myself, and I'm still attacking the tank at the same time. This is about learning the game. It's about knowing how the horde are going to react to your movements, and how to kill the horde effectively while still being effective at the overall task this time, i.e. killing the tank. But I did turn my back on the tank after the bile had wore off. And the problem was was I did not know where the car was at that point in time. I assumed it was still at the other side where Zero died, but I was very wrong, and that basically cost us. And if the tank was a little bit smarter and decided to actually stop Francis from picking me up, this game could have gone in a whole different direction with just 2 people left. So yeah, Zero's already dead. I've used the medkit. but we're in quite a good position. Me and Awesome, we played together quite a lot, and we know that we're quite good at this game, to be honest. We're not noobs by any stretch of the imagination, so we're thinking at this point we can do this. It's going to be hard, but it is possible. And it ended up being very possible because we did, the rest of us, actually make it towards the end. In a minute I make a quite monumental boo-boo. I shoot the boomer, and it wasn't because I panicked, because I didn't panic. I knew that I was about to shoot the boomer, and I shot the boomer on purpose. The problem is I underestimated the range of the boomer's explosion, and it ended up getting me biled as well. And as you can see, the infected team, who, don't forget, this is the first half of the round, so we did wipe them, and we did win this round, and they rage quit straight after the scores came up. They're starting to shit talk already, like so pro, just because I shot a boomer, and unfortunately that's what the Left 4 Dead community is like. It's one of the worst communities around. If anybody's wondering why I'm walking around in the dark and still fighting, it is purely because when you've got your flashlight turned on, the common infected are alerted to your presence much sooner, and this causes all type of problems. And the reason I turned my flashlight on then was because a horde had spawned and they was going to come after me no matter what. So it wasn't about alerting them, it was purely because I might as well, they're going to come after me anyway. Managing the flashlight is an effective way of managing the horde, but I do make a mistake, as in I walk out towards the witch to do the crown knowing the other infected are down, so I am quite safe, but I should have turned my flashlight off and I didn't, so that's my bad. The Molotov was not in the path of the thief, it was purely to block the comments from getting to him, and it works out okay. As you can see, me and Awesome was always at the front. Awesome goes down, I'm used to Left 4 Dead 1, so I try and pick him up thinking we'll get the extra points. Thief closes the door, and well, I almost swore, thank fuck that he did, because it could have been bad if he didn't. And it classes as a survive anyway, as long as they're in the safe room. So yeah, when I was talking about this map being my favourite in the past, it is. And it's because people rage quit so fast on it. It's possibly, I believe, one of the hardest maps in the whole game. So we just put this little bit of a clip in for a laugh. Anyway guys, rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Exogenesis, you've been great, and good game. Oh yeah baby, good game.